Hello there, and welcome back to the Endless Kingdom. I'm your anonymous host, and today, on the first not-so-critical review of the year 2022, we're going to be looking into a very adventurous cartoon that has recently gotten itself a movie. Netflix's original series, Hilda. Hilda, as I mentioned offhandedly, is a Netflix original cartoon that first aired in 2018. It's based off a series of graphic novels, some of which I've read, but I started the series blind. First it looked like it was only going to get one season, but eventually it got approved for a second in 2020, and a movie, which at the time of this review, released last week. I'll be covering those soon enough. But for now, let's focus on the first season. Composed of 13 episodes, Hilda is the animated adventures of, well, a young girl named Hilda, who spends the vast majority of her life out in the wilderness. Her only companions, not that she minds, was her mother Joanna, her pet deer fox named Twig. Yes, I said deer fox. Get back to that soon. And the many mystical things she encounters out in the great wilderness her family home was built in the middle of. For Hilda is a universe where the supernatural, while odd, is commonplace enough that no one bats an eye at it. Hence the whole deer fox pet she has, named Twig. Hilda is an adventurous preteen who looks for excitement where she goes. Now, because of her environment, she starts out as a bit of a loner, but like I said, she doesn't mind. With all the exciting things she can discover practically in her front yard, she feels she has all she needs in the world. Until one of her adventures inadvertently causes her family home to be destroyed. No one gets harmed, thankfully. And so Joanna decides they should move to her childhood hometown of Trollberg. At first, Hilda's apprehensive about this, but she quickly grows used to it, thanks in part to the interaction and to the friends she meets in the Sparrow Scout troop. Frida, young, organized honor student, super organized in fact, to the point of being a detriment, which is explored in an interesting plotline, and David, young, friendly boy, easily frightened, but very loyal when it counts. And there's also one of the other supernatural friends she meets, Alpha, a elf, which in this continuity are tiny little people. The stories go about whatever adventures Hilda and co can find. Occasionally, Joanna joins in too, reluctantly and not always believing Hilda about the danger at first, but she's still there for her daughter whenever she can be. And when she can't, she'll always apologizes for and tries to make up for the situation later. Speaking of making up situations, one of the things I like about the fact is, Hilda's far from perfect. She often jumps the gun on her adventures, which can cause trouble and danger for herself and those around her, especially in things that really pique her curiosity. But overall, a nice girl with a big heart. The adventures are varied, but at the same time, grounded in reality. The reality of Hilda, where supernatural is commonplace, magic exists, and virtually anything can happen. Within reason, of course. But the adventures are just the backdrop to the great interactions and journey Hilda and her friends take. Journeys that cover a wide range of ideals and feelings, and stuff you don't often see in media with any real weight, like friends hitting a rough patch and drifting apart due to a simple mistake. Another great aspect of Hilda is how interconnected everything is. None of the future plot points you see in the season are outright stated, but there are always subtle hints. From brief images you see flashing on the screen characters move, to subtle appearances near the end of an episode that act as the catalyst for a major plot yet to appear, and nothing goes unexplored. While I don't usually mention an outside perspective, think it's fitting this time. Many people say Hilda is a cartoon depiction of childhood, and I wholly agree. It is a childhood everyone dreams they had, but often only existed in the imagination, but a childhood nonetheless. This show really is good for all ages, whether you're a kid looking for something exciting to watch, or an adult wanting a way to reminisce. That's why I like this series. Great feelings, interconnectivity rarely seen, loads of excitement and fun, fair amount of humor, even some cute interactions, mostly on the behest of Twig. But hey, if you're looking for any of those factors, or just want something to relax to, Hilda is the cartoon for you. But, as I always say, I'm not here to tell you if the show is good or bad. I'm here to state my opinion and through it what you decide is the first season of Hilda is something you'd like to watch. So if you think Hilda Season 1 strikes your fancy, you can find the entire series and its companion movie for easy streaming on Netflix. And if you enjoyed this not-so-critical review, you can like the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and click the notification bell to stay up to date on all future reviews. And until the next not-so-critical review, I've been your anonymous host of the Endless Kingdom, and I wish you all a good day.